In this video, I'm going to look at how to find the zeros of a polynomial. Now, I have a different video for looking at how to find those zeros if we have a graph, but this time I'm going to use an app. Now, different calculators may not have this app, so again, I'm using a TI-84 plus CE. Most of the modern calculators will have this, but again, they don't all. So this is under the Apps menu, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Apps. As you can see, there's quite a lot of things in here. I am going to go down to option number 9, which is PlySmlt2, which is basically short for Polynomial Simulation version 2. So let's hit Enter. Now there's a couple of things this is going to do. I am going to specifically use that first option, which is the root finder. So let's go ahead and hit Enter. And I am first going to have to give some information about this. So my first example, I'm going to do x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. So since that is degree 3 or order 3, I'm going to come up here and hit 3 for order. Now as a default, I've left that next one on a plus bi, so that if there are any imaginary zeros, it does give that to me as well. Now, you don't have to go through it and worry about the rest. Instead, I'm going to come down here and I want to hit Next, and I'm going to hit Graph to do that. They're kind of synced up together there. So I'm going to hit that for Next, at which point it's going to have me enter all of the coefficients. So I'm going to hit 1 and Enter. You'll notice we do have to then hit positive and negative separately. So I'm going to hit plus and then Enter, 2, Enter, minus, Enter, and again I'm hitting that subtraction sign there, not the negative sign, 5, Enter, and then plus, oh, I'm sorry, that one should be minus, subtract, and then 6. And again, it is going to then show me this, so I can make sure I've typed it in correctly. And I can go left and right if I've made an error and change it. So once I've entered this, so again, I've entered my coefficients, and then I've got a couple options down here on the bottom. The important one is that last one, solve. And again, that is over that graph, so I'm going to hit graph for it to solve it. And it will give me 3 zeros. There is not a particular order for these, so I am not going to worry about the order of these coefficients, of these zeros, I should say. So let's hop out of here and let's do that again. So this time, let's do x cubed plus x squared minus 7x minus 7. So once again, let's go to root finder. This is still degree 3. This is still potentially having imaginary zeros. So I'm just going to go straight to that next option, and let's enter my new coefficients. So I've got 1 plus 1, then subtract 7, and subtract 7. And again, double check, make sure I've entered everything in correctly, and then let's hit solve. Now, you'll notice I have one nice number here of -1. The other numbers are not so nice. Now I can try that little f to d, and if these were regular fractions, it would change. However, these are irrational numbers. So as it does on the graph, it is giving me an approximation, like 4, 5, 7, 5 approximately, and you'll notice those are basically the same, but just a plus or minus. As always, if I need to check answers, let's quit that app by hitting 6. Those are plus or minus root 7, so if I type in the square root of 7, then yes, I do get that same decimal. Why did I hit up my comma there? Let me do one more example then with my app. So since I exited the app menu, let's go back in. So apps, and it's that PlySmlt, so option 9. And then I want the root finder. And again, I'm not going to change any of my settings. This time, let's do x cubed plus x squared plus 5x plus 5. So it's still order 3. And let's enter those in. So 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5. And again, double check, make sure I've entered everything in correctly. And then let's hit solve. So here, as zeros, it's giving me -1. Now you'll notice I do have a decimal here, so it's about 2.2361, but it is correctly putting the I on there. Now again, this is not only imaginary, it also has a root in it. So let's hit second quit to get out of here, and then quit app. That is the square root of 5. And again, I can use my calculator to check that that decimal is the same as the 5, but it will put that I on there as well. So this is a great way to use the calculator to either check zeros or to find them as long as we're okay with those decimals.